In this economy, we are not wasting money at the Sephora sale. So I went in store, put my nose on things, tested them out, and only brought home things that I actually felt was worth it. So if you want to see my shop with me, walking through store, getting all my sniffs on, and what I actually picked up in store, then let's get started. Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome. If you are new, my name is Charlen, and on this channel, we discuss everything beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if you like my style, why don't you subscribe and you stay a while? Yes, we need to go over some things. So I am going to share with you some of the in-store clips of me walking in store, doing a little shop with me, but also share some of my thoughts on the items that I saw in store. So we're going to show you that first, and then we're going to come back and discuss some of these items. All right, you guys, taking you along for a little shop with me. We're about to head into Sephora, get my pickup order, and also to do some sniffs on a few things. So let's go inside and see what we think. Let's go inside. So the first thing you see here in the Charlen section is all of the Edens. Of course, they got the pear and the peach advertised, but those are the notes of the Eden apple and the lychee one as well. But I did put my nose on this pear and the peach, and that is the mini set they also have available for $100 there if you want to get the smaller size of all of them. All right, you guys, so we're here to test out the new Charlen. And right now, I am giving a testing to the Eden Sweet Peach. I am definitely getting a blend of the peach and the apple. So, you guys, I was not impressed by the new Charlen, but here are the other scents that are on the other side of that display, advertising her older scents. The Vanilla 28, I know she is replacing with Vanilla 29, I heard. But these are some of the other samplers. And this La Bamba is so stinking cute. I love the display they did for this one. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And this J'adore Intense right here, you guys. I put my nose on that one. It smelled amazing. Loved it. And here is the Good Girl display of the Jasmine. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't it so cute? Love it. Love it, love it. Sprayed it on skin. It smells gorgeous. And hopping over to the 7 Virtues, put my nose on this strawberry jam. And this was another one that I was super happy with. So I was excited about that one. That Clementine Dream was a no. But I did very much enjoy the strawberry jam for sure. Love Shack Fancy. I did not put my nose on those, but I do want to go back in store and give those a try because I am thinking about trying some of those scents out, you guys. I know that was one that I mentioned in my recommendation video that I did want to test out. Then we move over to this Ellis Brooklyn new scent, Isla Serena, Little Mermaid over there. That one I was not impressed with. Neither was I impressed with Banana Milkshake. This Scholar Pomegranate Princess, I was super excited about that one, but also not impressed by that one either. This is another few of the Sephora kits that they had on display around the perfume section. Stay tuned to my upcoming video. I will be hauling a couple of those. Here are some of the Discover scents that was available in store. Had different ones from the different brands that you could pick up some of the miniatures and give them a test and give them a go and see what you think about them. They even had this Discovery little Killian set behind there. I know I picked up one of those a few years back and really enjoyed testing out those fragrances. But they had quite a few of the discovery kits around. I did not see that banana scent from Juliet Has a Gun on display for testing, but I've heard mixed things about that one, so I did not decide to get that discovery set like I mentioned in my video. But here are some more of the perfume samplers as well as the discovery sets. Here is the next section that has the Maison Margiela. I didn't see anything here that was perking my interest. I know several of these scents have not good longevity, so nothing screamed out to me. But here are the perfumes as well as their notes in case any of you are interested in giving them a go. They had several there for you to be able to test out, as well as, again, some of the discovery sets down below available in case you want to test those out. I just was not interested in any of those. Now, this Fleur, on the other hand, that honeymoon, yes, honeymoon, creamy floral tripped in honey. If I did not have Kim Kardashian's Pure Honey, that is my honey with some florals, I would have scooped that up so quick. And I'm still on the fence about the Afterglow. I'm still debating on getting my big size of my father figure because that's been on my list for quite some time. But this berry cream, you guys, if you have not put your nose on berry cream, you need to put your nose on that one. That one smells amazing. That's one of the newer scents, and it's great. But here is some of the Fenty section. And you guys, all the way to this bottom down here, they had this new butter drop right there. I had to put my nose on that one. So as you can see, the store was quite busy and there was quite a few things that was out on display. I did an online order, buy online, pick up in store, because I already knew some things I thought I really wanted. But I knew I wanted to put my nose on some of these items first before purchasing. And while I was there, I was quite surprised, you guys. A couple of the items that I thought for sure was going to come home with me that I actually bought online and was supposed to pick up in store, but I decided to sniff them before I left, like sniff the testers that they had on display before I left. And a couple of those items did not come back home with me. So I ended up returning those right on the spot, but it was other items in the store that I had wanted to test out and try and see what I thought. And quite surprisingly, I enjoyed them and they did come home, you guys. So let's go over it all. So let me first go over a couple of the items that was in my bag. Like, I already ordered them, paid for them, and all I was supposed to be doing is picking them up from the store. The first one, I thought I was going to really love this one, was the Scholar Pomegranate one. Pomegranate Princess EDP. So when you look up on this site, it says notes of juicy pomegranate, strawberry, and whipped frosting. Yes, all deliciousness is what I'm thinking when I see that. So yes, when you look at those three notes, you're thinking super fruity, creamy deliciousness. And when I tell you, when I sprayed this on my skin, and after it sat for like a minute, because mind you, let me preface all of this by saying I was in Sephora for almost a couple of hours. Yes. So I didn't just go in there to pick up my stuff and walk straight out. I went in there, I did some videoing. I was talking it up with the representatives in there. I was talking with customers in there. You know, I was doing my thing, recommending stuff to people. I was looking at all the things to see what that local store had, because I don't have a Sephora close to me. So when I do go to a Sephora, I spend my time in there trying to see things and see what's available and put my nose on things. I'm experiencing the whole experience. So mind you, I went to the fragrances first because I knew I was not only going to be testing these on paper, that I wanted to put some of them on my skin because I wanted to see how they was going to react to my skin chemistry. So with all that being said, going back to the pomegranate, because I knew I actually purchased that one. So I definitely wanted to put it on my skin because I did get the full bottle. So pomegranate, strawberry, whipped frosting, giving all the vibes according to the site. And it says that this is supposed to be a fruity floral that opens with juicy pomegranate and ripe strawberry, bringing a fresh brightness. And then delicate notes of whipped cream and shortcake add a soft, subtle sweetness that's perfectly balanced, never too sweet, but effortlessly elegant for everyday wear. So I thought this was just going to be a nice, sweet, gourmandy, just goodness. You know, you get the strawberry shortcake vibes, but this was supposed to add another element with the pomegranate, which I don't see a lot of in fragrances. So I thought this was going to be a nice addition to my collection. When I tell you, have you ever been to a beach and went into the restrooms at the beach, how they don't have AC in them? Like they have no AC in them. You just have that humid wetness, like that humidity and that wetness in the air. Now, think about somebody had some fruit sitting in those elements, getting nice and steamy and humidity. And they add a little sweetness to that. And that's this fragrance. And I know some people are going to be like, that's harsh, girl. That's harsh. It's something synthetic in here that I do not like at all. They, to me, did not nail this fragrance. This, I do not know what I was smelling. And I don't know if it was the bottle in that store. But the bottle was already about half gone. So it's not like it was a new bottle that's sitting out there. But this fragrance, and mind you, they had this fragrance at the very bottom. Like, it wasn't at the eye levels where it's like some of your more popular, like most people want those. This was sitting all the way at the bottom in this little spot. Like, I had to go way down there to video it. And then I went way down there to try to sniff it and do all the things. I didn't hear anyone loving this fragrance. I didn't hear not a soul talking about how much they love this fragrance. This one got passed up a lot while I was in store. And let me tell you, it smells like a fruity soda that got left in the heat. It smells like that beachy bathroom that somebody left some rotten fruit in. So you got that humid, oh my goodness. It's just, to me, is so much a no. So that one, I would say, is definitely not Blind Buy safe. So you need to put your nose on that one, and not just on paper. You need to put it on your skin to see if you're going to love this one. Because it might just be my nose, it might just be my skin chemistry, but there was several people in there that I know did not love this fragrance. So if that one was on your list, buyers beware. Because that one promptly got returned in the store that same day. Whenever they brought my bag out, I said I got two items. Two items I need to take out of here and return. So, second item that I got from this order that I put my nose on while I was in there. And then I was like, nope, take it out. Return it right now because it's a no. And that was the Ellis Brooklyn Banana Milkshake Hair and Body Mist. I was so excited to get this one because I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a nice banana mist to add to my collection. So the notes. They got banana milk, rum wood, and tonka bean. Banana wear is what I want to say. Banana wear. Because it says this is supposed to be a warm and spicy, warm and sweet gourmand. They got musk melon, banana milk and vanilla orchid listed as the keynotes in here. And the description of this fragrance says, a viral perfume mist with rich and milky banana notes blended with tonka beans and rum wood and a bit of vanilla orchid. You might go bananas for its sophisticated yet playful take on gourmand scents. It now comes in sleek recycled packaging and fabulous mister. This one, it was super light and it was not a heavy banana note at all. Rum, yes. A little spicy, yes. A little sweetness from the vanilla orchid, yes. But not a banana one, no. So for this to be advertised as a banana hair and body mist was super disappointing. It was very light as well on my skin and on the paper. So for me, this one was another one. I'm like, not worth your money. Not worth your money. $40 for an 8-ounce mist, and you're not giving. It was not worth the money. So I'm trying to save your coins. Put your nose on that one. Put your nose on that Pomegranate Princess, because for me, both of those were, I thought I really was going to pick those up, had not purchased them and returned them once I put my nose on them in store before I brought them home. So that's those two. All right, so that is everything that was in my bag that I did not bring home. One of the other items I'm going to share with you, and it's going to depend on how great it is once I smell it with you guys here, whether I'm keeping it or not, but I'll go over that in a second. So as you saw in the clips, there were some things that did impress me in store, like that J'adore Intense was amazing. So I want to do another test on my skin with that one. There was that Flower Bomb Extreme that I really did enjoy as well. That one smelled amazing. So that is another one that I'm thinking about. And I'm also still trying to think about what am I going to get with my Ulta Rewards points, because those points some of those items I can get from there with my points. So I'm making mental notes of those as well. So La Bamba to me smells amazing. That Jasmine from Carolina Herrera, that scent smelled amazing. The J'adore Intense smelled amazing. The Flower Bomb Extreme that I put my nose on smelled amazing. Honeymoon, Fleur's Honeymoon smelled amazing, you guys. Fleur Honeymoon smelled so good. So if I did not have that Kim Kardashian Pure Honey scent in my collection, because to me, they're in the same family. They're not exact. I'm not going to say they're exact, but they are in the same family. Like a honey fragrance mixed with some florals that is very like approachable for a lot of people. It smelled so good. So that is another one that I would highly recommend. The new mist from Fleur, the berry one especially, the berry cream especially, amazing. I'm trying to think what else. I shared some of these in the clip, so why don't we now get to the items that actually did make it home with me, because I did get some additional items while I was in store in addition to the items I was picking up. So Charlen, what did you get? So what actually paid off? What was actually worth it? I did my recommendation video, but what actually did come home with me? So I did my online pickup in store items, and everything wasn't available in store. And that's another thing too I'll get to in a second. So the other items I had to order online, so they're on their way to me. And who knows what else will happen between now and the 20th. We shall see, because Sephora has a sneaky way of not releasing certain things until certain points in the sale. So although Rouge has first access, sometimes some of the newer releases don't come out until like the middle of the sale. So you have to keep your eyes out for those things as well. So I don't know, we'll see. But so far we have this in-store purchase, and then I have a few other items that's coming to me on its way. All right, with all that being said, this I did not mention these this time in my Sephora recommendations video because I've talked about these so much. If you ever seen any of my empties, you would know I love these Shiseido facial cotton pads. They actually had these on clearance during the sale as well, so you not only was able to get them on clearance, but then you had the additional percentage off of that. So got my Shiseido. Got some more of my cleansing wipes from Sephora. My coconut ones were sold out in store, so I did get them here. The rose ones, they did have those. I also picked up this. This was one of the palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know if I have any more eyeshadow palettes from Anastasia. I think I've gotten rid of all my palettes. I may have one. I have to look back through my collection, but I may have one. One or two is what I had for a long time. That I used to have all of the rectangular looking palettes. Had them all. I went through them all. Had all the little 9-pad palettes. Went through all of them all, and I've decluttered them over time before I had my channel. If you know me, BFL, Beauty, Fragrance, and Lifestyle, beauty was my first love. Beauty was my first love. Then the girl got into the fragrances. So Anastasia still has a special place in my heart with some of her palettes. And this was a new one called Embers that I saw. So I said, let's give this one a go because this one looks beautiful. The packaging looks beautiful. And so let's see what this palette looks like, because it looks like something that will be very nice. It's got a nice mirror on here. And look at those. So that is very, very everyday appropriate. I can see a lot of people enjoying this as an everyday palette. It's gorgeous. Love the sleek design. It's going to be nice and travel friendly as well. So picked up this, and I believe this one was in the clearance section if I'm not mistaken as well. So I was like, I do like to check out the sales section of the sale also to see if there's anything, because sometimes they'll throw some newer items in there. So don't skip out on looking at the sales section when you shop in the sale. So this is the item I was talking about that I need to test, because this is that Cyclar brand I was telling you guys about during my Sephora recommendation. This is a perfume oil. This one is Sacred Santal. And Sacred Santal, this is a 15 ml or 0.50 fluid ounce. And they have the notes on the back here of the bottle, of the box. And it says top notes of bergamot, cardamom, and amberette, mid of guaiac wood, benzoin, and amber, and dry down of velvet musk, cashmere wood, and vanilla. So let me show you. I thought these bottles was going to be bigger than this. So these are $24 for this, for these bottles. Now it looks super sleek, and somebody already got their fingerprints all over this, and I just not took this out. So someone's already been handling this one, but that's what it looks like. That's the size of it. So let's see what this smells like. And is this a roller? It says it's supposed to be a roller ball. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to roll a ball right here because I'm curious what this smells like. I am definitely getting some freshness, and I am getting some of the wooziness and some of the warmth about this. Here, let me spread it out a little bit more. Yeah, it's definitely giving you some freshness. I smell some wooziness about it. Definitely got some warmth to it. Yeah. This smells nice, you guys. This smells really nice. I'm going to let it continue to wear on my hand and see how it does throughout the rest of this video, and I'll report back. But right now, I'm loving the scent. We're going to see what else it does. Just not loving the size of this. I don't know what I was thinking when I saw 15 mil, because for some reason I was thinking this was more so the size of the Sand and Fog perfume oils. But looking back at that, that's a 1.5 fluid ounce. I think those are 50 mils. So put that in perspective, that those go for $25 on the Sand and Fog site, regular price. Then you can pick them up from TJ Maxx for around $16.99, so around 17 bucks when you can find them there. So, and then you got this little 15 mil. We got to think smart about our shopping. Think smart about our shopping. And what I was saying, I was thinking this was a bigger size. Didn't pay too much attention to the actual ounces in the mils in this, but this is the size of it. So to put that in perspective, this is your Sand and Fog one, 1.7 fluid ounce, 50 mil. This is 0.5 fluid ounce, 15 mil. And as you can see, this is one I picked up from TJ Maxx, $16.99. They are normally regular price though on Sand and Fog site for 25 bucks. And then you got this one on the Sephora site showing up as $24. So yes, you're getting a percentage off, but like I said, give it some thought. They got quite a few notes on here, but those Sand and Fog oils been hitting. So I just did decide to get the mini set that they had of La Bamba. So the miniature butterfly on here, along with the travel that they have advertised. I did go ahead and pick this up. And I picked this one up because I had already put my nose on it in Ulta. And you're going to see another video from Ulta, because I did take those ones back that I was telling you I was going to take back that I got with my points. And since I took them back to the store while I was in there, I put my nose on several fragrances as well. So stay tuned to that upcoming video, because I was able to go ahead and put my nose on La Bamba, and I do want it in a bigger size, but I decided to go ahead and get the little mini right now so I can have the little mini butterfly. You know, I got to get all the butterflies. So I'm going to have the little mini butterfly in here along with the travel in this one as part of this set. And then I'm thinking about the bigger butterfly bottle as well. Also, while I was in there, I went ahead and picked up the 7 Virtues. So this one was another one. Bought online, picked up in store. But while I was in store, decided to go ahead and give her a test. And this one is called the 7 Virtues Strawberry Jam EDP. This is what the box looks like. This is their biggest size that they have it in. It says that it's a 50 ml, 1.7 fluid ounce. It says best for savoring the moment. It's about spreading joy and finding your jam. That is super cute. And the top note is nutty pistachio, heart note of strawberry, and base note of vanilla marshmallow. So this is your nutty strawberry creamy goodness. And when I tell you, when I sprayed this on my skin in store, I love this one. I thought I was going to love that Pomegranate Princess better from Scholar. And I thought this one's going to be my second favorite, even though I add both of them to my cart and decide purchase on both of them. No, this baby here is what won the show. This one won the show, so it came home. It came home. So this is definitely giving you strawberries and berries and pistachio. So just like it says, it's giving you all the vibes. It's giving you all the nutty vibes. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very jammy, strawberry jammy. like it says. So it has a nice jammy sweetness to it. You do smell the pistachio in here, and you do get the creaminess. So just think about the blend of that nuttiness, but not too nutty, just a creamy pistachio note with a nice strong jammy strawberry mixed in with that creaminess. That whipped cream note is very good in here. It blends all very well together. This one to me was a standout. And you know, some people may say, well, if I have a lot of strawberry fragrances in my collection, is it necessary? To me, it's not too similar to the other ones that I have, so it was worth it for me to pick it up. So to me, this one is a sophisticated strawberry and cream scent, and I really do appreciate this scent very much. So it did come home. So do it as you will. If you're on the fence about it, be sure to test it out, see how you feel about it. But it's definitely giving you that creamy pistachio. It's definitely giving you that nice strawberry, jammy strawberry note, and it's definitely giving you that whipped creaminess. Like it's not giving you that nice, sweet, airy creaminess about it at the same time. I absolutely love that one. I'm trying to see what they say about this scent. What they say about it is that it's a jammy, juicy strawberry swirled gourmand perfume that spreads joy with every spritz. A nutty pistachio and freesia melt into sticky, sweet, sun-ripened strawberry and whipped vanilla marshmallow for a long-lasting aromatherapy perfume designed to lift your spirits and spark instant happiness. It's gorgeous. And it does make you smile, so I can see why they're saying that they're trying to spread joy with this fragrance. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's not too heavy of a gourmand. It's very, I still feel like this can still be worn in spring and summertime. I think it can be worn throughout the year. So to me, this is a very beautiful strawberry perfume. The ones I was mentioning earlier, I did decide to pick up. And this is their set that Fleur put out, berry matcha latte. They're encouraging you to mix the two together. So this is what this looks like. The actual set is here. And it's 2 8.1 fluid ounces. When I sprayed these, because I already purchased them and was picking them up in store, but I decided to go ahead and still test them. Before I left the store, I did it on paper and I did it on skin. Really, really love the berry. Like, if I had to pick between the two, like I didn't want to get the set and I had to pick between the two, get the berry one. You definitely want to get the berry one. So the berry ones, what they say about this, it says, wrap yourself in the creamy comfort of berry matcha latte. Matcha milk blends rich macadamia and warm vanilla, while a cloud of berry cream adds juicy strawberry and a soft violet milk. Guys, know that violet is one of like my top favorite florals. Jasmine is my favorite, but violet is up there. So berry cream says it has top note of dewy raspberry, Mara strawberry. It says Mara strawberry. Sweet cream and heart of violet milk, apple leaves, hibiscus flower, and base of vanilla bean, ambret, and sugared amber. And then matcha milk says that it has top notes of bergamot zest, black tea accord. I love a good tea note as well. Heart of matcha, macadamia milk, and warm vanilla, and base of musk, amber, and patchouli. So let me open this up so I can show you guys what these look like. So this is berry cream. It's that one. And like I said, if you didn't want to get the set and you just wanted to pick between the two, I definitely would go with the berry and cream. I love that one the best, but I do enjoy both of them. So those passed the test. They came home, they made it. Another one that I picked up is one that was on my list. And I decided to go ahead and pick it up. You know how Sephora has their loves list that you can add stuff to, and over time, you know, if you decide you want to get it, you can get it. So I did a video back in the fall, I believe it was, whenever Rare released this, and they did a travel and a little miniature of this in a set. And I said that I was going to use that first, and then I would go ahead and get the bigger bottle because I do enjoy this one. If you have Burberry Goddess and or you have Bare Suede Vanilla, if you love that scent profile, if you like fresh cream warm cashmere, is that what it called? If you love any of those scent profiles, you're going to love this one. So this one was just one that was on my loves list that I decided to go ahead and add. I already explained how much I love this in that video back in the fall. This was already a love. This was just one that I decided to go ahead and pick up during the sale. So not a new release. It's like within this year, I think it's been released. Like within the, you know, the last 12 months. Probably like 7 or 8 months ago. I don't remember exactly, but it hasn't been a year, I don't believe. But anyway, say all that to say, love that one. I just finally got it home. All right, second bag. Second bag. So, I decided this was not one that I told you guys about that I was thinking about getting, but I decided to get it while I was in store walking around and doing my videoing because look at this picture on here. Yes, this picture got me. This picture and the color of this got me. This is her Fenty Skin Vanilla Dream Butter Drop. It says whipped oil body cream. And this particular one, so this one is a new scent from Fenty Skin. This one is called Vanilla Dream. And it has vanilla, pink sugar, and coconut. And they're calling it a soft, irresistible sugar fix sweet gourmand scent. So it got me. It smells delicious. It got me when I saw this picture on here. I was like, okay, I want to give this one a try. So that one came home. It says vanilla, pink sugar, and coconut. So yes, so got that one. Another one that I end up picking up after doing my testing. So I tested all of the new Sol de Janeiros that was in there. So I told you guys that I was thinking about picking those up, the new collection from the Sol de Janeiro line. So they have this one, which is Sol de Janeiro Refresco Paraíso. Yeah, Paraíso. And then they have the Limonada Gelato. And then they have the Cheeky Bikini. I thought I was going to love the Limonada. I thought I was going to love this one the least. So let me tell you about the notes of them all. So the pink one says that it is a fruity floral, has apricot nectar, crushed orange blossom, and sheer vanilla. It wasn't giving, you guys. It wasn't, to me, that pink one, Cheeky Bikini, wasn't worth it. So I will put my nose on it and see what you think about that one. But for me, that one was a no. And then the other one, the Limonada, that I thought I was going to really love, says it's supposed to be a warm and spicy and warm and sweet gourmand, supposed to have Brazilian lemonade accord, coconut milk, and brown sugar. I did get some of the citrus, you know, the citruses behind it, but it didn't give me a nice good blend of the sweetness with the citrus like I was expecting. And I know I read somewhere about the Brazilian lemonade. I think they use lime and other things. So it's not the traditional American lemonade of, you know, lemons and sugar. So I knew to expect something different, but it still wasn't gourmand like it's being advertised to me. So with that being said, it wasn't what I expected, so it was a pass for me. Now this one, on the other hand, this Refresco Paraíso, this one says soak it in with the lush notes of rainforest orchid, sea breeze, and Brazilian blue cactus. This one here, I absolutely love this one. So this one here was a love for me. So they got for the fragrance description of this one. It says, in Portuguese, Refresco Paraíso means refreshing paradise. It's inspired by Rio's Grumari Beach, where jungle meets sea, and every drop refreshes your senses. This energizing fragrance features notes of rainforest orchid, sea breeze, and Brazilian blue cactus. It says it was born from the feeling of being fully immersed in the lush living rhythm of the rainforest, inspired by that moment after the rain when every scent feels heightened. Rainforest orchid, dewy banana leaves, and the freshness of Brazilian blue cactus. So this one to me was an absolute love. So this one came home, and because I returned that pomegranate princess and that banana milkshake, and you guys, I returned a couple of those Ellis Brooklyn's perfume. And you know what, while I'm at it, let me go ahead and just throw that clip in here as well, because before I returned them, I did a brief review of them and as to why I was not keeping those, because those ones I hauled during Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, but I got them from Sephora because Sephora was copying Ulta sale. So they did the 50% off on the Ellis Brooklyn perfume, several of them, and 2 of them did not work for me. So let me share those thoughts, and then we'll come back to what I end up getting instead of those items. So I'm making a trip back to Sephora because these are ones that did not work for me. So let's start out with this Tangerine Boy here. Tangerine Boy is the one from Fleur. They have it on sale on their site currently as well. But as you can see, it says here that it has lemon, ginger, black pepper, apple, tangerine, jasmine, petal, amber, and moss. What I am getting from this particular scent is more so the lemon, the ginger, and I'm getting the mossiness and the black pepper. I wish I picked up more of the apple. I do get the tangerine, but I do not get too much of the apple or the jasmine. It's mostly giving me like a orangey, lemony, cleaner vibe on my skin chemistry. And so therefore, this one is a no for me. So this one is going back to Sephora. This one here, I enjoy, although I did enjoy this one, it's a little redundant in my collection. This is the one that looks like this. I did give it 1 or 2 spreads to test it. Although I did enjoy it, it's that rose with a kick, which I do enjoy that if I'm going to get a rose. But this one has that rhubarb in it as well as the patchouli. It wasn't different enough from the other roses with a kick. If you have any of the Delina Exclusive, any of those or its dupes, if you have plenty of those, this one to me wasn't different enough to justify keeping it in my collection. So for that reason, I'm not keeping this one as well. And then we have this one also from Ellis Brooklyn that I picked up. I did give this one a try as well. And this one I picked up because not only the name Vanilla Milk, but a lot of people were saying how much they love this one. I end up really loving Commodity Milk. So I thought with this one, with it having a frangipani in it, as well as the vanilla bourbon vanilla bean extract in there, that I would enjoy this one. But I believe it's that cocoa shell in this one and the milk accord that they chose to use in here that is not vibing well with my skin chemistry. For that reason, I am not going to keep this one because this one did not play well with me. So Vanilla Milk for me is a no as well. All right, so what did I get instead? I end up getting this. Yes, I sniffed this in Ulta first. Then I sniffed it again on Skin, because I did it both, in Sephora as well. and loved it both times. So this one, you guys already know, I was talking about how much I was contemplating getting this one. So she came home. If you know anything about me in this channel so far, you know I love Jasmine. You know I love the heels. I love displaying the heels. So let me tell you about this one, because this is in honor of their 10-year. So created to honor 10 years of Good Girl. I'm reading this from the Sephora site. It says, this rich jasmine forward creation deepens the iconic Good Girl DNA with warm amber and sweet gourmand notes. A sensual woman scent that reflects fearless femininity and irresistible power. So this is considered florals, warm florals, and the key notes is toffee, jasmine, and benzoin. And the fragrance description is a decadent, warm, ambery floral women's scent blending juicy black currant, radiant jasmine, and sweet almond, deep toffee, and smoky tonka bean. Coat the skin in dark warmth, delivering a long-lasting, irresistible trail of sweet, modern femininity. What I could tell you about this, it is, like it says, it is a floral, but it is a nice, deep, warm, sensual. When it says it's giving femininity, that's exactly what this one is giving. This is your date night scent. This is your dressing up scent, like you're like doing all the things. This is gorgeous. This is so good. That smoky tonka bean in here with that almond and that amber, that creaminess that's in here, does so well on my skin that I absolutely love this. So this for me is not just aesthetic, it's delivering in packaging and it's delivering in scent. So this I'm going to do another video on it. I'll do it in its own little separate video, but she's a love. Just know that she's a love. So if this one is on your list in any of the sizes, I highly recommend this one. So one of the items I told you I'll get to in a minute was saying that it was not available online to pick up in store. Like I was doing buy online, pick up in store. They said this wasn't available. And then it was showing sold out online. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to get this one. So all the perfume samplers online were showing, at the time when I was purchasing, was showing sold out. The ones that I wanted was showing sold out, including this one. So a lot of the perfume samplers was showing sold out in my store, right? They were showing sold out in the store, including this perfume sampler here. So I couldn't do buy online, pick up in store on any of my samplers. So I did end up ordering those online. But the men's one was showing not available online. It was sold out online, and it was showing sold out in store until I got to the store. And one was sitting right behind them at the register. And I'm like, do y'all have any more of the cologne samplers? And the lady says, we'll have to go check for you. In the meantime, you know, I went and did all the sniffing of the things, but I saw this one behind them. So I didn't know if somebody was saving this or what was going on with it. So anyways, when I went to go check out and asked for the perfume sampler, the girl just grabbed this one. I didn't even ask about it. She just grabbed this one from behind her. I said, this wasn't somebody else. She said, no, it was back there available for purchase. So I don't know. Well, I don't know why they were showing out of stock on the, you know, when I was doing my buy online pickup in store thing, but they have it there. It still has this little thing on here, so I know it hasn't been opened. So we shall see. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, because we'll do another his and her, like testing of the colognes and the perfume samplers. So let me know down below what your thoughts are on that. Should I also do my opinion of the scents of the men's, and he do the opinions of the women's, because we didn't do that last time. I just did my opinions of the women's. He did his opinion of the men's, and we tested a few in each video at a time. And I also did wear test on mine. So let me know what you guys are wanting, because we're going to do the video. So how would you like us to do it? Drop it down below in the comments. Love to know and hear your thoughts. So now you see what I actually bought in store and what I decided to leave behind. But, you know, I did my other order. I teased a couple of things I picked up from my online order, but be sure you're subscribed to the channel. Be sure you're giving me a big thumbs up. Hype the video, because we're going to follow up with the remaining items that I picked up from the Sephora sale. If anything else decides to perk the interest during the sale, or if I forgot about anything you guys like, you need to put your nose on this, or you need to look at this, let me know down below. Let's help each other out. Let's help each other save us some coins on some things as well. So let's have a conversation down below. Did you pick up anything from the sale? Are you going to pick up anything from the sale? I would love to know what is on your list or in your cart or on its way to you. Let me know down below in the comments. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.